Hey everybody, Alex Kazora, SteelersDepot.com, back with some Pittsburgh Steelers tape breakdown and analysis. The Pittsburgh Steelers passing game has really bottomed out so far. Receivers largely aren't getting open. One receiver who is second-year wideout Roman Wilson. Simply put, the ball is not coming towards him. Let's talk about it. Before we start, if you guys could like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the site, SteelersDepot.com, would really appreciate that. So the last 2 weeks have really magnified the chances Wilson has had, the moments where he's gotten open, and the ball simply has not come his way. We'll start in Week 12 against Chicago. Wilson, bottom of the screen, running this vertical go route. Mason Rudolph, the strong-arm quarterback who has typically thrown a good deep ball throughout his career, had a miserable day against Chicago and underthrows Wilson, turning him from receiver into defensive back. It's a good route from Wilson, and the ball just does not get let out in front. So just watch the release here, obviously off coverage, but watch him slow down the route and then change tempo, then accelerate through to stack the cornerback. He's on top of him. He's got him beat. The safety's not over the top. He's kind of playing down closer to the line of scrimmage here. Doesn't have eyes on anything vertical, but Wilson right there, slow tempo, and then ramp back up, stacks him, has a step on him all the way, and then Rudolph just can't deliver a good ball, and Wilson has to play DB just to avoid an interception right there, having to smack it out of the hands of Wright, the cornerback. And so a great opportunity there. Rudolph was horrendous with the deep ball in this game, and it certainly showed here. Late in the game, Rudolph again looking for Wilson deep, similar concept formation, empty set. Wilson stacking the cornerback, has a step, and Rudolph just completely misses the throw. No opportunity here for Wilson to make the catch. And so Pittsburgh's vertical pass game, which has been absent most of the season, especially as of late. The last time they had a 20-yard completion through the air was sometime in October. It's been over a month, completely unacceptable. But there have been moments where the receivers, Wilson in particular, have been open, beating one-on-one coverage. You see it here, a good release, stacking on the cornerback, getting on top of him. It's exactly where you want that receiver to be, and it's not even competitive. There's no chance for Wilson to even make a play on the football, and Rudolph just flat out missing. This is late in the game, would have been a big-time completion, maybe even a touchdown. Rudolph just a really poor game, and this one gives his receiver no chance. 2 plays later, this is the 3rd and 9 after the Rudolph scramble that was wiped out by the illegal formation penalty. And this time, Rudolph looking for DK Metcalf, pressing, trying to force this ball to him. I know Metcalf's your number one guy. You want to look for your playmakers in those big-time, weighty moments, but there's nothing there. It's complete bracket coverage. The cornerback underneath playing trail, the safety over the top. Nothing there for him underneath zone defender too, and Rudolph still tries to fire it, gets tipped and batted down, and that's probably a good thing. Otherwise, this one may have been picked and going the other way. Obviously, Pittsburgh still lost this game the same, but Wilson to the bottom. Let me refocus myself here. Puts the hand up. He stacks the corner, just runs right on by him. Wilson showing the speed that he displayed at Michigan in the pre-draft process, and Rudolph not looking his way. Now, that happens sometimes, obviously, where a receiver's open, other part of the progression, but whenever you see juxtapose a receiver that's basically triple covered, getting the target instead of the receiver that's one-on-one, burning the cornerback open for what is going to be a touchdown on any sort of decent pass by Rudolph, is a real missed opportunity in a big-time spot down 3 late in the 4th quarter. So opportunities may be far and few between, but they have been there, and simply the quarterbacks have not gotten the receivers, Wilson in particular, the football. Let's go to the Bills game on Sunday. Aaron Rodgers back in a quarterback. Wilson top of the screen. Empty set again. And Wilson running this go route. Rodgers sees it, wants it. It's a great release by Wilson off the line against Benford. And Rodgers just cannot make the throw. Now, when I watched this live on TV on Sunday, I thought maybe Wilson could have widened his route more to the sideline away from that safety. But Rodgers post-game took the blame and said it was a bad ball by him. And so I'm going to trust Aaron Rodgers is telling the truth here. He always does in the press conferences. And I'm going to just, trust he threw a bad ball. But again, Wilson open, stacking the corner, winning off the line here, beating a good corner in Benford too. Nice jab step inside, then back outside, gets on top of him, shows that speed, and just an uncompetitive pass where Wilson has no chance to go make the play. Last look, little inside step, gets the cornerback to jump inside, then release back outside. Really clean win here from Wilson, and just a bad ball by the quarterback. This last example is more debatable and forgivable, but I want to highlight it for a couple reasons. So I'll let the play run through. This is late in the game. This is probably not going to change the outcome of the game. We see Rodgers not finding anyone, then throws in the flat to mostly covered Jalen Warren. You see Wilson break open across the screen at the end here. And yeah, this is a scramble drill, so it's not like you're really progressing or reading it, but you kind of watch this one back and say, man, if you had seen Wilson coming across the field, is there a chance to let him go make a play? Now, there's no guarantee you're going to score here. You have the defender underneath, but if Rodgers can put this to the back left pylon and just let Wilson try to run under it, you might have a chance. And so just kind of watching Wilson get back in the quarterback's vision, find grass. Now, there's pressure from the defensive line on this play, so I'm not being as critical of the quarterback here on this particular example, but you're just seeing Wilson is getting open, he's working hard. And the bigger point I want to make here, and I've kind of felt this way throughout the season, increasingly so, in these scramble drills outside the structure or design of the play, Pittsburgh's receivers do not do a good enough job getting open in these moments. And the one guy who does a nice job in these scramble drill moments has been Roman Wilson in terms of changing your depth. You know, deep routes come back, short routes go deep, working against leverage. Just basically, it's finding open grass and getting in the quarterback's vision. And you see here, Darnell Washington, Keyshawn Williams, you got Warren. I mean, Austin's way backside on the play, but there's really nobody getting open, nobody really moving or changing their position too much. And so covered receivers just stay covered. And Wilson's the one guy. Now his route's kind of naturally bringing him through, but you're seeing him run and find open space. And this has been true of the first Bengals game. I think it was the first Bengals game where Wilson played a career-high snaps at that time, doing a good job getting open. Ball just didn't go his way. And I just kind of felt that on the tape, whether it's guys either not really being active in scramble drills or Calvin Austin has not shown great chemistry in scramble drills, kind of getting bunched up with people, getting in the way of people. The Week 2 game against Seattle, the interception on that pass to Freiermuth. There was a scramble drill play earlier in this game where Austin probably could have come back inside more and Rodgers threw it to him, but it was a little too far inside and Austin didn't make the play. So I felt like Wilson's the one guy who's done a good job with good effort and good eyes and vision in these scramble drill moments. You see it here. So I'm not blaming Rodgers harshly, the ball not going to Wilson, but the bigger point is Wilson is getting open. He is working hard. He's winning his routes, and the ball just simply not finding him. I know in any passing game, sometimes the ball doesn't go your way as a receiver. It's very armchair quarterback to say, throw the ball to the open receiver without understanding progression and down and distance and coverage and all those nuances of quarterback play. But we're seeing Wilson win routes for an offense that is completely hemorrhaging and absent and void of big plays. You have a guy that is getting open. Quarterbacks are targeting him and throwing him bad balls or missing him entirely. And for a passing game that has to find some sort of traction, some sort of big plays, I think these moments highlight that issue all the more. So while Pittsburgh certainly could use more receiver help, and DK Metcalf has been bracketed too much, I think even on this play, if memory serves, we can just look at it and run through. As we sort of outro, they were bracketing him on third down in red zone moments. Yeah, you're seeing the bracket coverage there. Who else can step up and win? And by and large, there have been a lot of moments where receivers are not getting open off play action. Pittsburgh is abysmal. So there's certainly a middle ground of part of it, receivers not getting open. Part of it, quarterbacks missing reads or not throwing good balls to give their guys a chance to make plays. But Roman Wilson has been a guy that is getting open. And so you hope that eventually the ball will find him and that kind of work and the tape will show up and the production will come because the routes are there. The tape looks good for Wilson. Hopefully the opportunity continues to grow. I know Adam Thielen is in the mix. We'll see if all the Scantling gets elevated at any point, but I hope that does not take away all of Wilson's snaps because this guy is winning his routes. He's just not getting the football. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you guys watching. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the site SteelersDepot.com. Thank you again, and we'll talk to you soon.